No need for that. We're on the safe side, bro.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are, bro.
Bro.
So you can see, ladies and gentlemen, it seems it's a protest, Islamist marching, and a left-leaning person's like, hey man, we're on the same time, we're a team. And you saw that response. It reminds me of 1979 when Iran won, the left-leaning helped the Islamists, and they said we are a team. And after they beat the Shah, you can go Google yourself. Horrible things happen. You were just useful allies. My point with this video, I'm not saying that left-leaning people are wrong. I do think they're supporting two ideology that don't work together. But the one that you kind of dislike, or the one that is more tolerant, that makes it possible that you can try to work together.
Get you done for the Section 14. I'm just wondering what you think about the UKIP demonstration.
Everyone's entitled to protest.
But what do you think about their beliefs, particularly?
I'm not going to say.
So do you agree with them? Do you disagree?
I don't agree with them, obviously.
And why is that?
This person is Narinder, Kaur, political commentator on TV, personality, broadcaster. She has an opinion.
So do you agree with them? Do you disagree?
I don't agree with them, obviously.
And why is that?
I just don't. I believe Britain needs immigrants.
But how many? That is the question. So when you have a net migration of over 400,000 last year, of course 10%.
How many left?
Pardon?
How many left?
Well, that's net, so that's more than the people leaving and currently
We
here.
need it. We've got jobs, we've got NHS, we've got social...
Well, actually, for every one migrant doctor that comes here, they bring 3 dependents. So the argument that technically we really need migrants for the sake of the NHS is just wrong.
You just can't have people coming here to work in your hospitals and they're not allowed to bring their family.
No, but what I mean by
That's cruel.
dependents is patients.
That's actually cruel.
No, but you're saying that the
You don't know
best
that.
reason why we need doctors here in the UK is to fill positions for the
Doctors,
sake of
nurses,
doctors.
social
But the
care.
reason why we have those need for doctors is because of migration.
That's actually a good point. If you bring people to help people, but you bring more people that need to be helped too, you're adding more to the thing that you're saying that you're helping. I'm really dumb, unless you can explain it better. I mean, certain cultures have cousin marriages that they actually wanted to approve in UK. There's certain health issue that it's bringing to the table that a lot of people didn't have to address before.
It's because we
don't be
have an
silly.
increased
What's your stats?
population.
You need to
I mean, look,
check stats.
a good example of this is the fact that we can't even establish the UK population. There was a study done in Tesco's studying the food consumption of their customers, and that found that there was probably about 1 million more people than there are actually registered according to the Office of National Statistics. So the issue is an overpopulation coupled with the fact that we don't incentivize native British people to
What?
work. Just 1 second.
I didn't hear, sorry.
So, like, do you
I'm
agree?
not listening, I'm sorry, I don't, like, you know my views.
I don't actually. I've heard that you're an avid stand-up to racism activist, and I just want to know. Yeah, of course.
Because he's going into some detail, I'm trying to concentrate on that. And
I mean, she's on her job. She doesn't want to talk right now. I agree. She prefers to be on TV with a one-way street and nobody can challenge her views. Or maybe you're just there hoping for the right moment to catch something to say it's a far-right movement. Or you're distressing this guy. You're a racist.
it's not
Well,
a
you're
podcast.
sitting away
We're
from the
not in a
protest.
podcast. I'm trying to listen.
Well, okay, how about this? We can organise a discussion and debate if you want about why you believe that these people
I
are
think,
wrong.
You know what it is? I think we go around in circles.
We can have it
every time I
times,
try
we can
to
have a
do
moderator.
that, It doesn't work because we just.
Who have you
go
tried to
back-
debate?
We don't listen. I don't listen. and-
I agree. I agree with you.
Can you name me one person?
I like Kaur. Kaur's fine.
So, look, I think debates are good, especially considering the fact that I disagree with the fact that stand up to racism were banned from protesting in central London. But
Exactly,
in an
we were
equal,
banned.
hold on. Do
That's
you
wrong, isn't
hold on?
it?
Is it wrong for UKIP not to be in Whitechapel?
They can be right. They were banned there as well.
Okay, so we both agree that discussion and having two ideas clash on the street is a good thing.
The police also, they're saying that we were banned here, you guys were banned there, because they want to avoid conflict and trouble. There's a
And
lot
why
of
was
words
there
for the
conflict?
police.
Was because local community
No, that's
leaders,
not true.
actually
That's not
there
true.
were several, they even admitted
That's
that
not
in
true.
the council
That's not
itself
true.
of Tower
That's
Hamlets they were
not true.
threatening
No.
to protest,
No, that's not
and
true.
that was of
You
course a
did
dog whistle.
all-
we need to take back our streets. So my brothers, this is a show of unity as the brothers have mentioned. Even if they don't come today, we stand firm to let them know that if you come,
Anytime!
we will stand firm.
Anytime!
And we will be ready to defend our masajid,
Yes.
to defend our elders, to
Yes.
defend our women, to defend our community.
Yes.
We're not the ones saying we're going to come on a crusade. We're not going into your areas to cause you problems. You're coming into our homes.
Yes.
And you want to cause us problems. What's wrong with us standing up for our legitimate right?
Yes.
Today's not a day about who's from what ends, what up here, who you got a problem with. Today is a day when you unite upon La ilaha illallah.
And you're going to tell me that I didn't threaten to do something? Well, of course she's not gonna remember that or call it out, because she's only focusing on looking for far-right people. Nobody is saying that they're going to be crusaders and kick you out. They're only mentioning it because there was so much abuse back in the day between different religions, especially your religion, and they attacked about 400 years, and then suddenly they're like, you know what, it's time to do something about this because you have a mission. And they're just reminding you, if you do that to UK the way you're handling it, there might be some pushback. And that doesn't mean they're right-wingers, it's just they care about their country. If it triggers you, if it distresses you, it's part of life. You need to learn to deal with it. Imagine if I have 2 kids and they always get angry and fight. What's the best solution? Separate them forever? But then call it diversity because they go to the same school? I think you're creating more troubles with that mentality.
No.
It's a protest,
No, that's not
and
true.
that was, of
You
course, a
did-
dog whistle.
Oh, come on. You
Pardon?
could cause trouble there. That's not fair on the community.
Have you seen the
We need
average
to keep
demonstrator
all
for UKIP?
communities safe, correct? Let's
Have you
keep
seen the
everyone
average
safe.
demonstrator for UKIP? They hardly have the most violent tendencies compared to, for example, when I was at a Pink Ladies March for Tower Hamlets just the other week, I got called a terrorist and got threatened to slit my throat by a few of the locals there at Tower Hamlets.
I don't know.
Yeah, I've got it on recording.
I don't know. You need to take that to the police because everyone deserves to be safe.
Yeah.
The community deserves to be feeling safe. All of us do. But we also are entitled to march peacefully. Everyone.
And that wasn't going to happen if you have local community leaders saying,
No, that's not
brother,
true.
this
That's
is
not
going to
true.
be a day to remember.
That's not true.
They were comparing
No,
them
that's
marching
not
down
true.
Whitechapel to the Battle of
community
Cable
weren't safe.
Street.
The community weren't
You have
safe.
MPs arguing that this is the
No.
far right.
No, you kept all the far
No,
right.
they're not.
The issue is, whenever they say something is happening in UKIP, they don't see an individual, they see the far right. But if I see it happen on the other side and I have multiple clips, it's just one person, they have the right to say it, or you went there and you purposely triggered them to say that.
Come on.
Okay, what do you classify as
Come
far
on.
right?
I'm not going to go into that.
So you just want to give a colloquialism without a definition?
No, because
How about this? You're a Nazi rapist and I'm not going to give the definition of any of those terms.
I don't. You can say what you want.
But
We're
that's
all
considered a form of
entitled-
libel.
We're gonna go to that, because
It's considered
I'm
a
not
form of
saying anything.
libel.
I'm saying nothing.
Uh,
All I'm saying
You
is
you understand
we all
that you
deserve
are
to feel
contributing to
safe.
the destruction of a
We all
westernized
deserve-
democracy.
We all deserve to feel safe, and we're in a country where we all deserve to protest and have freedom of speech peacefully. But we mustn't make other communities feel unsafe.
Like
And
including the
nobody-
people like
and we-
there.
And the police also deserve to avoid conflict and trouble and violence.
Did you agree
So-
that the right deserve to be safe, and when you libel them as the next generation of Nazis, of course that doesn't make them...
Ray speaks loads online, man.
Who is she?
And that was a 17-year-old trying to speak to a person that labeled others in a way, but they can't provide a definition, but they have a seat on TV talking about politics, generally only defending one side.
لعنة الله عليكم إلى يوم الدين. أفيقوا أفيقوا.
Just a person riling up people. I'm not saying everybody agrees with her opinion, believing the same religion, but I know for a fact if I did the same thing to other Christians, I can't even be on the streets anymore. I'll be in prison.
Here are just a few things that have happened in the United Kingdom in 1 week. An illegal migrant from Sudan has been found guilty of murdering 27-year-old mother Rhiannon White, who he stabbed in the head with a screwdriver roughly 20 times. Another illegal migrant, this time from Ethiopia, who sexually assaulted a 14-year-old girl, well, he's just been accidentally released by the British state back onto the streets of Britain, putting more children at risk. Then we learn that our Labour government's one in, one out scheme, which is designed to try and control illegal migration, well, one of the illegal migrants that was sent back to France, he came back into the UK on one of the small boats. Then we learn, the same week, that the number of small boat crossings so far this year has already surpassed the entire total of small boat crossings from last year, the year 2024. In other words, the illegal migration crisis is getting worse as each week replaces the last.
That is what I don't get. You make a deal, we're gonna switch it up. But the one that switches there came here, so you still have to. And then the whole funding to make this possible, you make the people over here pay for it too. So in the end, it's a lose-lose-lose situation.
That the British worse as each week replaces the last. And on top of that, we learn that the British taxpayer is being forced to send £111 million to Pakistan to support work on contraception.
That's why I keep saying UK is my Netflix. Because this is like a comedy skit. Like, I never thought this was... What?
Make it up amidst the worst cost of living crisis since the Second World War. You couldn't make it up amidst the worst cost of living crisis since the Second World War. We're sending more than 100 million quid to Pakistan. Our borders are wide open. Nobody's in control. Nobody in Westminster is willing to do what needs to be done to control our country. Leave the European Convention on Human Rights. Repeal Tony Blair's Human Rights Act. Detain and deport anybody who arrives illegally. Strip welfare for people who break our laws. And put the British people first.
And then a left-leaning person wants me to believe they're on the same team.
We're on the same side, bro. No, we're not. Yes, we are, bro.
I would say this, if asking for security and no illegal immigration, and already I am part of a right-winger group that you don't want to talk to,
You keep all the far right.
No, they're not.
but just label them and ban them, I don't think you really want to find the middle ground.
Don't get me wrong, makosa kita bong. Put fire na mi blonde, kush hash, purple skunk, criollo, colombici, jam jam, durloqueta, verdetta, welcome.